That is sick.
The weapons here absolutely shocked me. What appeared to be an ordinary baseball was actually a grenade with astonishing power. What seemed like a regular black umbrella was actually a shield capable of deflecting bullets. There was also a golden ring that could release 100,000 volts of electricity. What shocked me even more was a perfume bomb that could instantly freeze people. However, to become a true ace agent, one must pass several tests. What I didn't expect was that the first test would involve skydiving from high altitude. I initially thought this was just a test of courage, but the instructor told us that one person might not have a parachute. This immediately plunged us into fear. But I quickly calmed down and proposed that we pair up in groups of 2 and grab onto our partners. This way, we could ensure everyone's survival. However, as we got closer to the ground, one person actually opened their parachute early out of fear. I immediately changed my strategy, quickly having everyone form a circle, then opening our parachutes in sequence. As we approached the ground, only a girl and I remained in the air. I immediately embraced her, and as she successfully opened her parachute, we landed safely. However, this assessment eliminated 3 people. I was angry about not having a parachute, but the instructor's next words left us speechless.
You need to take that chip off your shoulder.
At night, as I lay in bed still feeling ashamed about the day's events, water suddenly began seeping through the dormitory floor. I immediately turned on the light, only to discover that water had completely flooded the dormitory. Everyone immediately fell into panic. Soon the water level completely submerged us. But I knew this was the second test. One person immediately went to the toilet, removed the shower head, inserted the metal pipe into the toilet, and used the cavity deep in the toilet to breathe. However, I rejected this method of waiting for death. I immediately swam toward the door and began trying to open it. However, under the enormous water pressure, the door still wouldn't open. I then immediately swam to the glass window at the back. Using all my strength, I smashed against the glass. The instructor outside the mirror walked away satisfied. The next second, as a descendant of an ace agent, I keenly realized that this mirror was a one-way mirror. In this test, the instructor once again eliminated the others, leaving only me and 2 others. Soon, we received our third test. This test was very simple. Regardless of the method we 3 used, we just needed to trick the woman in the photograph into entering a room. So the 3 of us went to a bar. Just as we were about to implement our plan on the woman, I suddenly felt a severe headache and then passed out. When I woke up, I was horrified to find myself tied to railroad tracks, with the sound of a train whistle coming from not far away. A man in black appeared before me, immediately demanding to know my identity. As the train gradually approached, I still refused to reveal any information.
Fuck yeah!
As the train passed by, Harry appeared before me, and I was actually in no danger. This quickly made me realize that the content of this test was loyalty to the organization.